today. Weather's a little bit cloudier, a little bit windier. There might be a bit of wind noise today. Got a few thoughts. Been listening to a podcast where they interviewed a guy called John McAvoy. He's been on my radar for quite a while now. He was an armed bank robber who did 10 years in prison and has since completely rehabilitated and is now government advisor on sport and how it can affect young offenders. He talks a lot about routine, adaption and that sort of thing, so I thought I'd pass on some thoughts there. But if you can read his book, it's supposed to be a very good read. So first of all, talk about adaption, and this wasn't brought up by John. This is something that's been around for a while. Charles Darwin allegedly said survival of the fittest. Well, he didn't say that. What he said was it's the ability of a species to adapt to be the best fit to its surroundings. And he didn't even say that, someone else said it and he stole it, but that's by the by. So there's two aspects to this adaptation. The first is your ability to adapt to your surroundings, and the second is your ability to adapt your surroundings to you. Humans are pretty good at that second one, and in my opinion we've pretty much forgotten how to do that first one, and it's more of a natural process that is happening to us. So in nature there's lots of what we call feedback systems. Basically you do something, create something to happen, you observe that thing happening, you either do more of what made it happen if you want more of it to happen, or you do less of it, or do something else if you want it to happen less. So over time these things that we do become habits and we forget why we're doing them, and we forget that the things we've caused are actually being caused by us. So that habit becomes an adaptation eventually if you do it enough times, and you become adapted to a way of life or a way of functioning. Once you're adapted like that, you can't suddenly stop doing it. It doesn't work like that. Habits are pretty hard formed, and to get out of them you have to do little things, little and often. So if a big change suddenly happens to you and you need to adapt to it, lots of people go, well alright, well I'll change my behaviour a little bit, but when are we going to get back to normal? When are we going to get back to normal? Well, only when you have adapted to the new normal. That's when normal becomes normal again. And that's a real big problem for some people. Some people are no good at adapting. They have a fixed opinion of how things work and how they should work. They've been doing them for years. The government have an idea of how they raise money and how the economy should work. People who sell things in their shop have an idea of how their business works. All it's got to change. It's all got to change. Otherwise, nobody adapts. We know what happens when you don't adapt. So one thing that people struggle with is routine. I hate routine, can't do it. I've got to do something different every day. There's things I do have to do as a routine because they involve other people. Things like running clubs on Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. They happen at 7 o'clock and 9 a.m. And that's a routine. But I don't always have to do that. Don't have to go on a Tuesday. Don't have to go on a Thursday. So what's happening now? I don't go on a Tuesday, I don't go on a Thursday. I get home from work and I'll probably fancy going out for a run. But what's happened is all the routine at home's changed. Normally the kids and the wife, they're all out doing dancing. They're not home, so I can go out and do a run. What's happening now? I get home, dinner's on the table. Well, what am I going to do? Not have dinner or go for a run? How does that work? You know, routine is all well and good for some people, but it doesn't always fit into your plans. You've got to be flexible, you've got to change. You've got the ability to adapt at a moment's notice. Yeah, I can't stand routine, hate it. But for other people, routine is very, very important, because for them, without routine, they have chaos, and a lot of young people live in very chaotic households, and really, I'm not going to go into that. I'll put a link into the podcast. It's quite disturbing, really. So ultimately what I'm saying is that when everything's nice and steady and running along, it's fine, but when you see a massive step change, it upsets everything. A lot of people ignore it and try and carry on best they can and hope the step change will go back. Other people will adapt, change their lives and get on with it. So what kind of person are you? So hopefully that's not been too deep for you, but I think it should illustrate that we're a product of our environment. The reason why we have so much heart disease, obesity and diabetes is because we've adapted to our new environment of plenty of food and not much exercise. I think what you need to take away from this, if anything, is that if you keep doing the same things in the same environment, you get the same results. If you change what you do, or you change the environment, you'll get different results. Think about that one.